According to the Bible, one of the direct descendants of Cain was a man named Nimrod. A man named Nimrod. Nimrod, ladies and gentlemen, set up the first civilization, became the first king in what was known as the Golden Age. He built the Tower of Babel. He brought together all the different religions and melded them with politics. He was indeed the first king. He had a college in Babylon, for that was the city that he built. This college was the first lodge of what is now known as Freemasonry. Indeed, if you read the books written by prominent Freemasons throughout the history of Freemasonry, they refer to Nimrod as the first Grand Master of the first lodge, and that he loved Freemasons and had many hundred Freemasons under his rule.
Why I believe that if we bend our sinews to the task now, there is every chance that in 2050, into when I fully intend to be around, though not necessarily in this job, we will be able to look back on this period, this extraordinary period, as the beginning of a new golden age for our United Kingdom.
The rising sun in the east, and the sky is golden, setting the stage for the golden age of the ancient peoples, the ancient city, the ancient kingdom, which all the secret societies say that they will return the world to very shortly. The golden age. The age that in reality, ladies and gentlemen, never existed, but it exists in their minds, and it's a way to manipulate these people to work toward that worldly utopian dream.
That I'm a fellow traveler, to use a communist term.
So, we observe that Saturn and his golden age architecture, both mental and physical, came only after the end of Eden. After Saturn, Sirius, had separated the unity of heaven and earth by means of his fateful sickle. So what do we have behind the cover story about a workers' paradise in the Soviet Union? We have the sickle, the very occult symbol of the bisection of heaven and earth, the very symbol of the destruction of Eden by demonic accelerated material and temporal decay, and most important, false philosophies which generate division, a la Hegel, between humanity's sense of itself and identification with God's divine creation, under the cover of slogans of unity. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, we have a grotesque mockery of the very principle touted. This macabre arrogance borders on the clownish for those initiates or self-initiates who have the wit to see it. And I hope that you do.
In this fight, we can be in no doubt that each and every one of us is directly enlisted. Each and every one of us is now obliged to join together to halt the spread of this disease, to protect our NHS, and to save many, many thousands of lives. And I know that as they have in the past, so many times, the people of this country will rise to that challenge, and we will come through it stronger than ever. We will beat the coronavirus, and we will beat it together. And therefore, I urge you, at this moment of national emergency, to stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives. Thank you. thank you very much for coming. Well, 70 years after the foundation of NATO, our commitment to this alliance is absolutely rock solid. I'm very glad to see everybody coming here to this 70th anniversary leaders meeting today. And the reason NATO is so successful, the reason it provides peace and security for 29 countries, 1 billion people, is because of the very simple concept of safety in numbers. At the heart of it is a pledge that we will come to one another's defence, all for one, one for all. That is the core of the Article 5 NATO security guarantee.
He, Dr. W.N. Westcott, at least understood that there was a Gnostic secret at the core of alchemy. Now, he could be taken as an authority. He was steeped in Rosicrucian ideas and in helping to found the Golden Dawn, which was the first semi-public, gender-neutral, magical society that accepted both men and women as initiates. He clearly felt he was part of some larger pattern or process, and you'll find that all of these adepts always have that sense of belonging to something larger.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
Always at work. And they are. But they're also known throughout history as the builders. The builders. Always working toward the completion of the great work.
This is not a programme for 1 year or one parliament. It is a blueprint for the future of Britain. Just imagine where this country could be in 10 years' time. Trade deals across the world, creating jobs across the UK. 40 new hospitals, great schools in every community, and the biggest transformation of our infrastructure since the Victorian age. British scientists using new gene therapies to cure the incurable, the hitherto incurable, and leading the dawn of a new age of electric vehicles, not just cars, but planes, pioneering solutions to the challenge of climate change. And I do not think it vainglorious or implausible to say that a new golden age for this United Kingdom is now within reach. And in spite of the scoffing, in spite of the negativity, in spite of the skepticism that you will hear from the other side, we will work flat out to deliver it.
So we can bring the 1950s back squared to the next level, which truly was the modern ethos of expansion, of freedom, of empowerment for everybody, and really make it about boosting everybody. Then we're going to see a real golden age dawn and learn how to deal with the AI and the technology and all these advanced systems.
120 years after Christian Rosenkreuz's death at the advanced age of 106, one of the brethren discovered his tomb and his uncorrupted body. This was the signal for the Brotherhood to emerge and spread their message, hence the publication of the Fama. Their message, of course, was nothing less than the dawn of a new golden age. Aha! Now we're getting into some meat here. You've heard me discuss that on many occasions. The announcement of nothing less than the dawn of a new golden age. The Fama informs us that the Brotherhood possessed the keys to a secret knowledge, capable, listen very carefully to me, folks, capable of transforming society and ushering in a new era, one in which the world shall awake out of her heavy and drowsy sleep, and with an open heart, bareheaded and barefooted, shall merrily and joyfully meet the new arising sun. Remember I told you the secret is sometimes hidden in plain sight? Well, you just heard it.
In skillful trades and in metalworking, this Amerindian savior reminds one of the craftsman of Tyre who cast the ornaments for Solomon's temple. As a benefactor of his people, as a liberator of men's minds and hearts, this Nahautlan demigod certainly revealed the attributes of the master builder. Folks, are you beginning to hear the implications that this may be connected to the ancient mysteries and directly to Freemasonry, for that is exactly what Manly Hall is putting across.
But it's about a pro-human future. It's about humanity going to the stars. It's about believing in the amazing gifts that God's given us. We're not gods. We're not going to be gods, but we're made in the image of God. So we're a reflection. So we can do some amazing things. We're master builders. We're master builders. We're master builders. We're master builders. When I'm fighting you, I see God smiling in the center of my soul, right in my heart. I know the wind is filling my sails, and I'm on a journey where I'm supposed to go. I'm on the path of my ancestors, a path beyond the stars, a path to Valhalla. So, it is the Republic. It is the new Atlantis. It is the new Atlantis. It is the new Atlantis. You're going to read what Francis Bacon wrote? You're going to go read what George Washington said and Thomas Jefferson? Do you have any idea? They are the ones that envisioned all the science, all the technology, everything. 300, 400 years ago, that we would go to the stars, that we would discover how everything worked. They're the ones that discovered the planets were round, and that we orbited the sun, and thousands of inventions by just that current set of founding fathers, over 500 by Benjamin Franklin, including channeling electricity. And then you sit there pissing on them when they gave you the stairway to heaven, the stairway to Elysium.
And so now you're being taught to submit. So let me tell you about Operation 666. Yes! Operation 666! Operation Freedom to destroy you forever! I'm just a donkey. On the 6th of August, we banned InfoWars from 27 platforms. And now, on September 6th, we banned you from Twitter. And on October 6th, we will destroy your president and set fire to every major U.S. city and have our communist forces launch their attack while Silicon Valley sits in their bunkers in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in New Zealand. Operation 666. The number of the beast. Hell and fire reigning free. Soon the West will fall. 1.8 billion Islamicists trained in Satanism are ready to invade. The China system will expand. The third world will collapse into Europe and America. And our domination will be complete.